All right, meanwhile, Elon Musk wasting no time fixing Twitter, buying the social media giant last week. He fired several top executives and dissolved the board of directors, essentially, but not before accusing them of using fraudulent metrics and hiding very important information from the court. There's also word Elon wants to start charging blue check users $20 a month to keep their verified status. Come on, man. Is the world's richest hombre doing the right thing here, Olivia?
I wouldn't pay $20 to be verified on Twitter, but maybe it'll keep some of the already verified leftist journalist hacks more honest. I don't know. But overall, I'm excited for Elon being chief twit, as he says. I think there will be more free speech overall on Twitter, and he's definitely putting his money where his mouth is. At first, I was a little bit skeptical, as one should be, but he's taking a huge risk here with advertisers. He's taking a huge risk here in the public's eye, you know. So I'm excited to see what he does.
So, Spike, did you like his let that sink in joke?
I mean, listen, I like a pun as much as the next guy does, but you know, it's interesting. He has dropped some hints that that there was data that was not being shared and being fraudulently shared in the trial. That will be interesting to see. I think the bigger thing here is, as we were told, anytime we complained about content moderation on social media, they're a private company. They can do whatever they want. And if someone, if they don't like it, they can make their own. So, you know, apparently Elon Musk took that to heart and he just bought Twitter. So we'll see how it goes. I'd like to think that this is going to be, it's going to be a much freer platform with more freedom of expression. And I'm going to stop getting emails from the German government telling me that I violated German election law with a tweet that had nothing to do with the German government.
Speaking of nudists, the Germans, they can't keep their clothes on. It's fascinating. So enough about Schnitzengruben. Stephen, what do we need to see from Twitter? What changes do you need to see implemented from Elon in this new regime?
Well, there was a pretty blockbuster report at The Intercept today, not exactly, you know, far-right Breitbart, about Twitter was coordinating with the Department of Homeland Security to combat what they said is disinformation. They were removing parody accounts with like 50 followers. And I want to see more transparency. I want to see Musk just throw the doors open and say, here's what was going on. Here's what was going on with algorithms, down favoriting, you know, unfavorable accounts politically or just whatever. I want to know what happened with the New York Post. I want to know if journalists were in touch with Twitter to block the New York Post from sharing the Hunter Biden laptop story. I think all of those questions have to be answered before, you know, we can start celebrating how the new Twitter is going to be run. No,
and you're absolutely right about that, because we've seen what happened with the New York Post. And we saw how that account was disabled. I want to know if there were other stories where there was coordination, either, you know, with the White House or other federal agencies and Twitter to silence journalism and to silence speech. Because I think that is an important intersection that we have not seen enough of. And I hope there is transparency. He said that it's much more important to him to have engineers and coders there who are working diligently. He said, Olivia, that the managers out-ratio the coders 10 to 1. And for him, that's an unacceptable number. And, you know, the workforce, if that is in fact the case and they're that top-heavy, it may be a little too big.
Oh, I 100% agree. And I've seen this kind of pattern lately. I don't know what it is, but it seems like a lot of tech companies are actually super overstaffed and they have way more managers, way more executives than they really need. And there's not a lot of actual coding being done. And Elon, he's a tech guy at heart. So he brought a lot of engineers and coders over from Tesla. And so hopefully they actually, you know, clean house and turn some stuff around.
Do you think we're going to have a self-driving Twitter here in the next year, Spike?
I hope so, and I hope it'll be solar powered too, because, you know, we're in a climate emergency.
We really are. We've only got about 15 months to live, so it doesn't even matter.
Hours, actually.
Yeah, if Joe Biden decides not to run for president in 2024, doesn't matter. You know, we're all going to be waiting in line at the pearly gates, or